Here today. It's Davao City. I've been watching a couple of vlogs over the last 3 or 4 days, and they keep coming up with this from the US predominantly. Should you come and live in the Philippines on SSS? Well, let's put it this way. At the moment, basic SSS in America is $2,200 a month. Pension in the UK is £840 a month, well, every 4 weeks. So let's delve into this, shall we? I've just bought myself a new Brooklyn baseball cap, and I'm down here on the mall. Hey Joe, ¿cómo está? What are you doing here today? Filming. Studies?
We're filming here.
You're filming? What are you filming? For your school? Assignment?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your assignment?
Project.
Your project?
Music video.
Music video?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the TikTok. Come on.
No, we don't do TikTok.
You don't go, ooh, da, ba, dee, 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 dee,
No,
dee.
just you do it.
Okay.
Go. Wow, you have a good moves.
No, good move, Mum. Slowly on the camera. Slowly on the camera. Your baseball cap on. There we go. Today, should you retire in the Philippines on your basic state pension or your SSS? So, at the moment, as of today, if you get your basic SSS pension in the US, it's $2,200, and at today's exchange rate, which is 55 peso, that will give you 121,000 peso to live per month here in the Philippines. And is that enough? In the UK, you get £840, and at 71 peso to the pound, that gives you somewhere in the same region, 120 to 130 thousand peso a month. But in the UK, they pay the pension every 4 weeks, every 28 days, 13 times a year, and in the US they pay it every month. So let's talk about some of the things that will turn around and affect you living here. 1, accommodation. Now, accommodation, if you don't go crazy and you're not a newbie to this, and you go out and you turn around and say, I'm going to spend $400 a month on a house with grounds in the middle of the country or whatever it is, you can turn around and you can budget yourself quite comfortably. You can find accommodation from a studio apartment to a 1-bedroom apartment from 10,000 peso a month to 15,000 peso a month. Now, there are some deals where you can get 16 or 17,000 and you can get a 2-bedroom apartment or a 3-bedroom apartment in certain areas of Davao City. Okay, and we're talking Davao here. Yeah, I'm not talking about Dumaguete, because that's somewhere that I wouldn't want to go and live. Yeah, I've done vlogs on Dumaguete. It's the barfly retirement centre of the Philippines for foreigners, and accordingly everybody looks at a foreigner that they got shed load of money, so they jack everything up. Anyway, so for me, you're looking at 10 to 15. To pay your water, it's about 200 peso a month. Pay your electricity, let's go on the top side, it's around 4,000 peso a month. Yeah, to eat out every day, it's going to cost you about 20,000 peso a month. But if you eat half out and half in, you can shop for around 10,000 a month, including your washing powder, your soaps, your detergents, your bleach, your cleaning, your food, your rice, your drinks, whatever. Your cigarettes are going to turn around and cost you fairly cheap. They're not going to be too expensive. The good thing here is if you're not a heavy smoker, you can buy one cigarette in a shop. You don't need to turn around and go and buy 10. So that's your food, that's your electricity, that's your water, that's somewhere to live. So that's what you can turn around and do. Now you're looking at transport. Now you can buy a bike, or you can turn around and go buy a jeepney, or you can go buy taxi. And if you're doing taxi, you'll need somewhere around about 300 peso a day. So if you're looking at 30 days, 300 pesos, you're looking at roughly 3,000 peso to 4,000 peso a month. And then your visa, you need to pencil in your visa if you're on a tourist visa. So every 2 months you'll need 5,000 peso to turn around and get your visa, because you're on a tourist visa. And then what you need to turn around and do is every 2 years you have to travel out and do a visa run, as they call it, and you'll need to turn around and go and find a flight out of the country. Now you can go to Singapore, go to Hong Kong, go to Guam, but what you're looking for is your visa run. You can turn around and go out of the country, you come back and you start that tourist visa process all over again, unless you're married, and then you turn around and do a balik bayan, or if you turn around and do SRRV. Now I've just done my SRRV for 2 years, and I'm looking at 40,000 peso, so 20,000 peso a year, which is 53 peso a day. So it's $1 a day to live here, and you need to factor that in. So if you're going to come here, you've got medical conditions, then you need to factor in what your medical conditions are going to be. Do you turn around and have medication that you've got to buy? Do you turn around and come and live here and you need operations? They're going to turn around and cost you money, and they're going to be more expensive, but they're not going to be more expensive than what you're paying in the US. They're going to be a lot more expensive from what you pay in the UK, because medical in the UK is free. So if I flew back to the UK and I wanted an operation because I was ill, I'd go into the hospital, give them my NI number, and everything will be done. So for the UK, there is that area where your medical here is more expensive than back in the UK. But for me, I can't live in the UK. I can, but I can't deal with the winters. I can't deal with the cold weather. I can't deal with getting the flu in October and November and getting rid of it in March or April, and then being, you know, bug free for 6 months. So that's why I live in the Philippines, because it improves my health, it improves my blood pressure, it improves my weight, it improves my, I'm out every day exercising because it's sunny. In the UK you'd walk up to the door and it will be 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches of snow, it'll be howling a hool, it'll be -10, and I would go, it doesn't invigorate me to go outside and do exercise and do walking. So if you turn around and you want to buy a car, or you want to buy a truck, it's going to cost you $1 million, $1.5 million, maybe 2.5 million to buy something, and then you've got to run it, and then you've got to turn around and do your driving license, you've got to do insurance. So how you cut your cloth depends on your lifestyle. But to turn around and put out a blanket statement, which some of these videos are doing, is don't come to the Philippines and try and live on your SSS. Well, I look at it this way: my pension goes further here than it does in the UK, and my US pension would go further here than in the US, because petrol is cheaper here, living is cheaper here, food prices are cheaper here. There are cheaper countries around the world, yeah, but would you want to go and live in those countries? One of the options I like here is they speak English. You can go to bars, you can go to places and look around. I've just finished doing 4,300 kilometers riding around the Philippines without any issues. Yeah, no issues on safety, no issues on health. Yeah, I had a problem with my ribs, but that was because I was bouncing up and down on the roads, and that wasn't from the Philippines. that injury was incurred in the UK when a truck hit me at 120 kilometers an hour. So as long as I look after myself, as long as I take care of myself, I live in the Philippines on about 90,000 peso a month. If I was doing my SSS and I come from the US, I would be an extra 31,000 peso a month in my bank account. That's fact. If I was getting paid top end $3,000 a month on my SSS, I would be nearly 200,000 peso a month. People live in the Philippines on 60, 70, 80,000 pesos a month. The Philippine government say that you need $1,000 a month to live here, and if you're getting SSS at $2,000, you're already $1,000 in credit. So I don't understand why people, unless they're doing it for the views, I really don't know. So 4-bedroom houses paying $450 a month to live in a detached mansion in the hills. You don't need to live in a detached mansion in the hills. Yeah, I've got plenty of friends that live here, that are American, and they quite comfortably survive and get by on $1,000 a month, and they bank $1,000. And when they've saved up enough money, they'll splurge. So they're not saving, not getting by, they're enjoying life. You can travel here cheaper than you can in the US. I don't understand it. As I said, I've lived here for 6 years, and I was using around 70,000. Now I use 90,000 peso a month, but I send Annie to school. I send her to college. I send her to university to become a CPA accountant. So for me, I would say try it. Come to the Philippines, come and spend a month and see how much you spend. If you're out every night down the bars, and you're out every night at the local clubs, and you're out there chasing women, then it's going to cost you more money. If you're out there living like Donald Trump or Bezos or Bill Gates or Zuckerberg, then you're going to be broke in 2 weeks and you're going to be going back to the US. If you manage your money sensibly with a screwed on head, and you let this head, not this head, rule your lifestyle, you can live here and you can retire here and you can have a good lifestyle here. I do, and a lot of my friends do. So like, share, subscribe.